Hi, beautiful Cancer. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Cancer, this is your reading for the month of July of 2024. And we're going to start with an overall energy here, like a core energy for the month. And then we're going to go deeper and deeper into that energy and really get the answer, really get the message for you for what's going on for the month of July. And then at the very end, we're going to have the fairies, your fairies, come out and give you some additional message. So we're going to start with this first card. Please, if you could like and subscribe to the channel and like the video if you do like the video. Obviously, make that decision at the end. Okay, what do we have for Cancer for the month of July? And think 6 weeks, give or take, into the future as you hear this. Knowledge that didn't want to come out, but it wants to flip. Knowledge, seek the knowledge within you. So that might be something that you're already something that you're up to. No matter what you're doing, you're simultaneously seeking knowledge within. Cancer, July. I'm just waiting for Source to pick the card. And it's taking a moment. It's like a lot of cards want to be a part of the game. Like, so we're going to try to narrow it down to one. There you go. Celebration, let go and have fun. Celebration, let go and have fun. And this is someone with a very high vibration, as the animal kingdom, if you look on this side, is just filled with animals that comes sort of running in towards Cancer. And then this woman here, if you see how, so this is the face and like the hair, which is almost like little trees. She's like leaning back. And then she's holding in this scarf or whatever we want to call it, but it's rainbow colors. So it's like someone playing with a rainbow frequency and then having all that animal energy right behind her. This is someone that's a real in sort of running around in flowers. So let go and have fun. Either you will recognize yourself that you're right now for the month of July being called to, like, you know, let down your hair, play a little bit more, have more fun, go out there and shake it off. Like, it's just a feeling of not taking things so seriously and actually lighten up a little bit and just try to find stillness and try to find, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do and a whole bunch of stuff to have fun. It can also imply stillness and just be by yourself and just take a moment. Either you're already in this energy or you're being called to this energy. This is also someone that's being called to like the higher planes, like to really lighten the vibration. As the animal kingdom and as nature, both of those are like super high in frequency, super high in vibration. And that this person is like in the midst of this and playing around with the rainbow energy, it just speaks about this very high vibrational state. So feel where you're at there. Feel if, like, no, I recognize that. That's like describing me to a T. Like, it's just describing me where I'm at right now. Or if this is like something that you're called to do. To raise that vibration of yours, have more fun, celebrate. Okay, going deeper into this message. It can also be that like animals are coming with a lot of messages for you. Whether they're showing up in real life or whether you see them on pictures or like in television, there might be like an animal that really stands out to you. To maybe look at like first what it feels like in your heart. What does that animal mean that it shows up for you? Or go in and look for the like spiritual meaning, why that animal keeps showing up. If it's a repetitive thing, it might even be like a spirit animal, like your spirit animal. But other than that, it might just be that like you might not even think about it. How many times in a day that a crow can show up and just look you in the face, or like dogs just seems to be all around you, like and wanting to really come up and say hello, or cats, like you know what I mean. Like animals were just really drawn to you. Okay, going deeper still. What do we have for Cancer for the month of July? Do you recognize that as the second half of 2024? I cannot believe it. We have Eight of Spring. Yeah. That is someone that has a lot on their plate. And you're being inspired to calm things down, to have more fun. Ace of Autumn. I'm going to show you in a second. Queen of Winter. Wow. And Renewal. 20. Wow. Okay. So we're starting with, I just want to show you which ones came out. Eight of Spring. This is someone that has many things like going on at once. And I love this. Ace of Autumn. This is talking about something new, bringing something new in. This is about a windfall of money. This is when like an assignment went really well. A project is going to go as you wanted it to go. We're going to get into each and every one of these more deeply. Queen of Winter. That's beautiful. And Renewal. 20. Okay, there's all the birds again. Not all the birds, that was one bird. It's two birds and a rabbit. But I see them as much as like, okay, so we have the fairies, the little elves and fairies are like around you, elves and fairies. And then we have a rabbit and we have two birds. And I feel like the birds and the rabbit, like the animals have the same level of the way that they are giving you information or giving you messages as the fairies and the elves does. So they're coming with the same level of guidance, if that makes sense. Okay, let me just sit with this for a bit and see like if I have like an overall. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I just really wanted to feel it in this time because it didn't sort of jump out at me at once. So just wanted to take my moment there. 8. Infinity sign. As above, so below. This is when opportunities really are coming in. I think this is a situation, Cancer, where maybe, you know, you have the pleasure of having too many opportunities. You have the pleasure of like having too many hours to work, or having too many opportunities or options to choose from, that you are becoming overwhelmed. And the basis of this is celebration and let go and have fun. So it's inspiring you, it's calling you to focus less on work and what you sort of have. These are my must-dos. This is what I have to do. Like if we can sort of cut them down 20 or 30% at least, and then bring in more fun, more lightness, and more like adventure, rather than having so much on your plate to do. So this is like, it's talking about an overwhelming situation, but like learning how to multitask, learning how to manage so many things going on at once. And Ace of Autumn, it's actually about, if we just sort of take it for the face value, like just a card in itself, this is about like, it's very successful what you're doing. Whatever, like I said before, whatever project you're working on, or whatever, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's more like around work situation. Whatever assignment. It can even be like applying to a school or applying to a job, or working towards, like studying towards something that you want to sort of succeed in or have like a diploma in or anything like that. And this Ace of Autumn is showing up saying that's going to work out. That's going to just work so perfectly for you. So just like at face value, that's like, it's a really successful energy. I want to say though, with the celebration, like go and have fun, and with the Eight of Spring, that's like, it's really stressful to have all these things going. I think this is like it's a evaluation time. It's like winning the lottery, or having like a big inheritance of money, or having a full-time job, and you just got approved for this workshop, this course, or like whatever, and it's like, oh my god, you have to work double the time. Both are things you want to do, but it's overwhelming. So it's like, it's not coming from a place of how do I get food on the table. It's rather having too many options and too many opportunities knocking on your door once you open this like floodgate. And it can even be like a long standing, like just working too much, too hard, that even though it causes like a lot of success, what we would sort of value as success, you're learning how to, I'm not saying please quit doing any, I'm not saying anything, but the message here, or the energy, is not saying quit the stuff that you're doing, like you're gonna burn out, or you're gonna, like, this is not for you. That's not at all what it's saying. It's rather saying, if you could do one course, it should be, how do I manage all of the things that I have going on? Okay, and I'm getting another thing, and this is probably maybe for just so detailed, but like 8% of you guys, it's like a situation that shows up that wants to teach you, how do I say this? So you're learning how to navigate through a lot of things. You're learning how to manage fun stuff, successful stuff, like how to manage all that. And for some of you guys, for 8% of your guys, it's like a situation of opening up on a way more spiritual level, opening up like a floodgate to your talents, gifts, abilities, whatever we want to call them, that just makes like it's more like a psychic level, medium, like a medium healer psychic level. You're opening up a lot of stuff here that's going to be like really profitable, but that's not the point. The point is, okay, how do I manage this oversensitive, I should never say over, but this sensitive feeling? How do you manage picking up on every single person's emotion? How do you manage the messages coming in such rapid speed that you don't know where to compartmentalize it all? That's not for every Cancer, but for some of you guys, I feel like this is what you're learning to navigate through right now. I hope this makes sense. And Ace, like new beginning, can be message of the new, like new messages of the new, a message you've been waiting to hear. Like I said, this is like the project worked out, the thing you applied for is gonna be in your favor, etc. Okay, and I see that the time is a little bit behind. I hope it's not too annoying. So this is a very, I don't know if it feels a little bit like people think that you have become cold, or that you have become, I don't want to say biatchy, but that you are looking more to yourself, like a little bit more egotistical. And the thing is that you're not egotistical, you're not selfish. You're just, for the first time maybe ever in your life, starting to turn the focus point on yourself rather than putting every single other person, emotion, situation before yourself. This is like putting yourself first and say, you know what? The people that I don't want to have around me anymore, I'm just not going to focus on them anymore. The situations that I keep, if you keep coming back to a situation, you keep coming back to a person talking about the same thing over and over and over again. I'm not speaking about the people having a real-time issue show up and we need to deal with this. This is like an ongoing process, or this is an ongoing theme, ongoing vibration that just, no matter what you're trying to do, those people, you maybe know who this is. No matter what you're trying to do, you're trying to just be there for someone, you're trying to solve this situation, but it's like just putting out fires, and it's not really putting out anything, because it's almost like the second, I was going to say minute, but not even minute, but like the second that we have put out one fire, that same fire and it's not even another fire, that same fire just burst into flames again, because the person that you're trying to help is not really receptive to solving. It sounds maybe like it with their words and their actions that they want your help, but it's almost like they're just spewing things out, and you think that there's actually a question here. They're actually asking for your guidance and for your support and for your help. And you try to do that only to find that you're doing the same thing tomorrow or the next week again. And this Queen of Winter is all about starting to choose yourself, starting to invite the energies of the situations and people that you are interested in that will lift your spirit, so that you will take yourself out of, this overload of things. I feel like there's so many things that you want to do and that you like to do, that you perhaps already are doing, but it's not enough time in the day for you to thoroughly enjoy them, because it's like you have so much on your plate and you're helping other people so much that when the time comes for you to do your yoga, I'm just thinking about Ellen DeGeneres. If you ever saw her stand up, Procrastinate Now, I think it's called, which is a genius title. I think it's called Procrastinate Now. At least it is about procrastination, like putting things off and having the intention to do something, but pushing it into the future. For the Swedish people or other people who don't know the word procrastination, that she has this saying, or she's just even telling about what we are as type of people, that we're rushing everywhere, and we have we're hurry, we need to get to the next thing, or next thing on the calendar, and then we get in the car from the place to the other place where the yoga is, only to take the stairs to get to the place, to then sit in silence for 60 minutes, to then rush off to do something else. And she's like, that we even try to do yoga is a joke. It should be like a yogic, can we say that? Like a yogic set point. It should be like what you're bringing with you throughout the day. It shouldn't be like 30 minutes of pushing something in there between the work stuff, that you're trying to accomplish. There's so many good things going on here. There's so many things that you could do for yourself, Cancer. And I think you really are, this is almost coming to you as a validation or confirmation of stuff that I feel like you already are doing. This is not news to you. This is like, yep, check. That's on my agenda. That's what I'm doing. Or at least you're aware of how much you take of yourself and put it on other people before taking that time to yourself. I think that, and I feel that you are trying to do things for yourself, but doing those things, yeah, I mean, it's better that you have some time to yourself for those minutes than not having it at all. But I feel like the focus here is celebration. The focus here to let your hair down. The focus is to let go and have fun, to release, like, I can even, just as you listen to this, maybe just sit down. I mean, obviously, if you're driving a car right now, or if you're in the middle of making dinner, maybe it's a little bit tough to just sit down. But if you're right now someplace where you actually can't sit your little behind down, to actually just sit down, take a deep breath, and continue to listen. If you need to get up in 2 minutes, do that. But I just feel like this is like a reevaluation of, okay, what do I want? What people do I want? What situations do I want in my life? And what don't I want? And it doesn't have to be harsh. You can let law of attraction just sort this one out for you. You don't have to cut people out by like phoning someone and say, hey, I'm never going to talk to you again, bye. Or like send a message to someone saying, I don't want you in my life. You can just vibrationally start to focus on what it is that you're really interested in. And the rest will be taken care of all by itself. But this is like coming out of a quite stressful, overloading time in your life. And I think you're doing quite well here. We have renewal, which is so perfect. Review the past and present so that you can plan a bright new future. Yeah, I saw something else. Understanding your life purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. And that's really standing out to me. Releasing judgments of yourself and others. So this is so much about coming in. This is like the world card. It isn't the world card, but it's like it's that vibe of closing down. That's actually a resemblance to the Gemini reading, because that was about the world card. That was maybe you have a connection with the Gemini energy, then please go check that reading out. This is so much about closing down one chapter, closing down a section of what you have been focusing on that has taken up a lot of time in your life. It really maybe even have consumed you to some degree, that it's like you have this this thing that comes back over and over and over again. You're trying to put it out, and you're trying to put it out, and you're trying to solve it. You're trying to be the good Samaritan, the good mother, the good father, the good friend that helps the other person to solve something. And you've just come to like okay, no, it's not gonna be a part of my life anymore. This is like reviewing. I started out with saying this feels like you're valuing your life, and actually reviewing, as I say that word now, is a better fit for the energy that I'm sensing here. It's like a review of your life. It's like having a food journal. Whoever has those, I don't recommend it. But it's like, because you will get the metaphor. It's having a food journal. If there's something you feel like you're reactive to something, or you feel like you want to keep track of what is it that you're eating every single day, and maybe you have a food journal that you put everything down to see what is it that you're putting in your body and what reactions do you have to them. It's like having a review of your life. I understand that it's a little bit tricky to write every single thing down in a journal, but if you could write things down, and obviously we're doing it for the purpose of, so I'm just being given this. This is a really cool thing. It's for the purpose of getting to the good side, right? We don't want to, this is the whole review, or the whole evaluating, or like looking at what it is that you're doing with your life, and what you can cut out from your life, and where you can have more fun and focus more on yourself. The focus is to where you can come into your more focus on you, and where you can have a lighter sense of overall life. So if you can put down on a piece of paper every single day, if you feel like you were just in a conversation and it just occurs to you, yep, there it is again. There's a conversation that just lowers you again, and it's a repetitive conversation. And just look for yourself. Maybe have that journal, because one day can shift to another, right? So maybe do a journal over a week, or maybe maximum 2 weeks, because we don't want to get too invested in the things that don't work. This is like the intention. It needs to be the intention, or you're going to be right back into that excuse me, into that heavier energy, because where your attention goes, this is exactly what you're trying to take your focus off of. But if you're like, no, I'm 100% clear on what this is, good for you, be on your way. But this is, if you're a little bit like, no, I don't know actually where exactly it is that I drain myself, or where it is, sometimes we think we know the answers and we think it's so clear what we're doing. But if we start to journal, like, okay, yeah, I had that conversation. Wow, it turns out now when I think about it, I had the same conversation with my coworker. I haven't even thought about it, because it is covered a little bit with humor, a little bit with self-sabotaging talk, but it comes in the form of humor, so it's like a little bit disguised. And as you start to sort of look through that, and you start to look at what you've written down over a period of 1 week, it's like, oh my goodness. And then it becomes really, really clear what you want to focus on instead. But like I said, it needs to be a clear intention that the reason why you're writing it down is so that it can be, you just want to neutrally discover where you get lost in someone else's story. Does that make sense? Because it's not for the fact that we want to now dive back into that energy, right? So you want to renew your life. You want to look at renew and review where you're bringing in negative energy, and maybe you're a little bit codependent, even trying to save someone over and over again, and it just doesn't yield results. It's such a beautiful trait to have. It's such a beautiful characteristic for you to have, to want to help the world. But if you have noticed that they actually don't take it, there's never a slightest of shift. Maybe it even is a shift for the first day, and you buy it every single time, and then 2 days in, it's like, and there we are again. That maybe remove yourself from that situation for a while and see what happens. So this is a review, and to actually just now saw that he's actually writing stuff there. So, and listen to what the animal kingdom, to what the nature beings are trying, like they're with you right now. They're whispering things into your ear about good things to think about moving forward. Really be in tune with the messages being given to you right now. And 20 is the upgrade of you. This is the 2.0 version of yourself. Okay, just one more card there, and then we're going to see what the fairies have. What do you have for Cancer, please? It feels like I'm a little bit out of breath. Maybe you don't breathe down past maybe you're staying up here in the lungs. Maybe that's why I feel that, please just sit down for a bit and take a deep breath. And then as you breathe out, just relax your shoulders, sit down for a bit, and just for a moment, just for 1 minute, let everything go. You can pick up every single thing to do, problem, issue in a minute again, but for just this minute, just let everything go and breathe through. Don't stay up here in the lungs. Breathe through down in your stomach, so that every single organ gets. So maybe some of you guys have a bad circulation in your stomach. Maybe you have a hard time to go to the bathroom. Maybe you get a little bit bloated. That's a cause for not breathing through down to your. Everything's quick, rather than. Oh, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to be with my meal, I'm going to chew my food. It's going to take the time that it takes to chew my food and swallow it. Now I'm getting really into the detail. But you can also think about having your mouth closed, because as you swallow, if this is a real problem for you, if you bring a lot of oxygen into the stomach as you eat, that's going to fill up the stomach as well. Anyway, if you just take your time a little bit more, and as you breathe through down, so you bring oxygen and circulation down in through your gut, that's going to start to cause the circulation. So 5-minute meditation every day, 5-minute meditation prior and after a meal does wonders, because you create like it's just heaven for the body to then receive the food and then circulate it where it needs to be. Okay, just a little tip there. Change your focus. Isn't that exactly what we're talking about? So it feels like you've been a little bit locked in to the thing right in front of you. Then you can like broaden you can either you can continue to do this if that serves you, to be that locked in on something, but then do this and then be locked in on this instead. So it's almost like works as a, nope, I'm not going to see that anymore. I'm going to stay here now. Or like broaden the perspective. It is a 5, and a lot of the times we speak about 5 as overcoming challenges, but this 5 is also talking a lot about the opportunity for change. So change your focus. Okay, and then to round it up, slå klackarna I taket. This is about letting your hair down and have fun again. The horse with the rainbow there. Maybe you're seeing a lot of rainbows right now. It makes me think about a dream I had. That was really interesting. Okay. I saw these rainbows in all the various informations I hadn't even thought of that the rainbow could be, which was really interesting. Okay. What do we have for Cancer, please? Cancer fairies. Is that sexuality? Yes, it is. Sexuality. Feel one more. Maybe 2 more. Oh, 1 more. And nature. Okay, so we're starting with sexuality. Sexualitet in Swedish. So this to me speaks about a person who is not really centered in their body. Like this shift for you, this review of your life and this renewal of your life, and this very aware, like focus, like where you put your focus is going to do wonders for you. It's going to help you center in your body, because it feels like you left your body for a long time, and this is just going to help you get centered back into your body again. And we have nature's magic, and here's the fairies of the nature again. They really are around you. That's what we picked up from the very first card. Nature's magic, that the more you are in nature, if you can't find nature around you, if you live somewhere, or if you have like trouble to get out into nature, sit in meditation and just see a forest around you. You literally can get so much help from just seeing the forest around you. If you're out in nature, see if you can hear the nature beings, like what they have for you. Just be present. Okay, that is what I have for you, beautiful Cancer, for the month of July. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me a lot, and please give it a thumbs up if you like this video. It really also helps me a lot to know that you actually like what I put out here. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Bye.